Round 2, we won the die roll. Again, we'll play first. That is a keep. Nice looking keep. Because somehow Crop Sigil plays well. I don't know how exactly, but yes, Crop Sigil does play well. I've been impressed. All right, let's go ahead and pass the turn. All right. Getting there on Delirium. So let's swing for 4. So I guess we can Rabbit Bite, because if my opponent equips... That does actually give us Delirium too, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. All right. We'll eat it. So we have Delirium now, which means we can get back one of our creatures. All right. So now we can use Crop Sigil for pretty good value, but I think we're just going to slam a Survivalist here. The old 4-mana 5/4 Trampler. Pretty good, as it turns out. So next turn I can bust the Crop Sigil, bring back the Forest, get us to 5 mana, play the Accomplice, bring back... I can't bring back the Gargoyle or I lose Delirium, but maybe I mill another land and then we're fine, actually. And then I can bring back Gargoyle. Because I wouldn't mind bringing back Gargoyle if I draw a land. Courageous Outrider, very good card. Let's see what our opponent gets off of it. Another Outrider? Jeez. It's pretty good, actually. Continue milling. All right, another land. So that does mean we can bring back land and Gargoyle, but we probably just attack and bring back whatever my opponent kills here. It's probably better than the Gargoyle. And then next turn we can play the Dusk Feaster. Opponent's got a grip full of cards, by the way. Just a grip. All right. So we'll kill that. So we'll use Crop Sigil, bring back Survivalist and Forest. Play Forest, play Accomplice, and pass. All right, Outrider number 2. And opponent missed. So, probably just going to play the Feaster. Do I want to swing with the Accomplice? If I swing with the Accomplice, my opponent blocks it with the Outrider and chumps with the Inspector. So I essentially trade an Inspector, an Accomplice for an Inspector. No, I'd rather trade my Butcher for Outrider, especially when my opponent's got Censor out. All right. Like, I think this trade's better for us anyway. All right. So I can kill the Inspect. Nah, I think we just replay the Feaster. All right. All right, let's go for it here. This is going to equate to lethal. My opponent just plays one creature next turn. You got it, my friend. You have got it, my friend. All right. So, Root Out looks a lot better. We see Choking Restraints. We see True Fate Sensor. We see Cultist Staff. So I think we're just going to bring in Root Out. And do we want to bring in the Spring Sage Ritual too? I wouldn't mind. But here's the issue. Our deck is so tight that I don't actually know what to cut. I guess Mutation can go, even though I love the card. It seems like it's an easy cut. I can't cut Crop Sigil. It's too good. Crop Sigil too good. Just feeding Delirium all day. Vessel and Grapple. These are musts. Not cutting this. It could be the bidding, but then we only have 14 creatures. Maybe I just suck it up and just bring in the Root Out and screw the Spring Sage Ritual. But 3 artifacts and enchantments? I mean, that's a good amount. And getting rid of Choking Restraints is actually pretty huge. It's really detrimental to your opponent when you can get rid of that. But like I said, we're so tight. I don't know what to cut. Like, I don't want to cut a Certain Death. Not after it just won us the game. It's so good. I underrated this card. I think I listened too closely. Actually, LR probably had it more spot on than I did. I don't know why I undervalued Certain Death. Probably because it's 6 mana. But yeah, it's so good. And obviously not cutting Clear Shot. I mean, I could cut the Geese's Bidding. And then I'm down to 14 creatures, though, which I don't love. I think we'll just cut the Spring Sage Ritual and just run the Root Out and be happy enough with that. All right, let's do this. Yes, this is actually a very good hand. We get to go Grapple into Elite, possibly into Survivalist, possibly into Dusk Feaster. Not bad at all. So, Hunter, I guess. Which means we are playing a 3 mana. Well, I was going to say it means we're playing a 3 mana 1/1, but take it all back. So, we're just a creature away from Delirium, which is pretty sweet. So, we'll definitely offer up the old Shrill Howler trade to. I honestly wouldn't even mind making this trade, but Inspector is just so bad. Like, I'm not... I can do it. Yeah. Alright. So let's get in with the Howler. The old Howler. Then we can play Survivalist, or we can play Hunter. Hunter makes my opponent make plays. Survivalist. We'll do Hunter. I think it's... I don't know how soon it's going to be before one of our creatures gets in our graveyard. And I'm definitely blocking, because I would love to trade. I'd basically love to get Hunter in my graveyard. If it meant, what do we got, a Wretched Griff? So wretched. How wretched of you. Okay. Alright. Huh. So I can flip my Hunter. Or I can play Elite plus Accomplice. And then next turn I can flip the Howler. But my opponent can block with the Griff. That's a little more challenging, huh? This is going to be a 4 or 5 Flying Vigilance. Maybe I do need to flip the Hunter. Alright, let's do that. Well, the thing is, I can flip the Hunter next turn, though. Because I can pay the mana for the Howler. But I don't really need an Elite and Accomplice. I could use a Survivalist, but it won't be able to attack into this. I think we flip. I gotta take a turn off here. Alright. Opponent's got us on a pretty good clock here, so... let's attack with the 5/6. Alright, let's play the Survivalist and pass. Can't play 2 spells or I'll flip my one of the pack back. One of the pack back. Alright, so it looks like our one of the pack is going to flip back if our opponent's played 2 spells here. Looks like a Choking Restraints, too. Ooh, Collective Effort. Card's really strong. Opponent's deck is sweet. Alright, well, guess we make this trade. So we can at least cast our Dusk Feaster, but the problem is it doesn't keep us alive, does it? I play Dusk Feaster, I block there. I block here. I take 4. That is death. Alright, I guess we just pass. Alright, opponent's deck is pretty sweet, like I said. Some definite powerhouse cards. I mean, we do too, but opponent's deck is sweet. So, is there anything I want to change? I don't think so. I don't think I need to bring in Spring Sage Ritual still. Doesn't seem necessary. This game, it just took me too long to get Delirium. I guess I should have traded off a Thraben Inspector for a Shrill Howler. It did seem like a big waste at the time, but it would have helped. Okay, Although I guess my opponent could have just collective willed that. So do I want to pick the brain? No. Do I want anything different? No, I don't think so. I could dump the Geese's Bidding for a Spring Sage Ritual. And hope that does something. How good is Geese's Bidding in this matchup? My opponent's got flyers. I could cut the elite. It looks pretty bad there. Maybe that was just a fluke, but we do only have 14 creature cards in our deck. I'm just wondering how badly I want that. We'll bring in the ritual. I think I want it. So we're running 14 creatures, including Geese's Bidding, which is a bit low, but hopefully enough. All right, we'll play first. Yeah, we're gonna keep this. Needs lands, but at least we're doing something early, and we have both colors. All right. Not a terrible draw considering, but do need to rip a land here. At least the opponent's not doing anything. Hey, timely lands, my favorite. So now if we rip a land, we can actually go Abundant Maw. Oh, Puncturing Light. I guess that's okay. Genius Scab. All right. All the certain deaths. I guess we'll do the Rabid Bite rather than offer the trade. I could just offer the trade, but I feel like I'd rather have the Thraben Foulblood right now. I don't know if that... I think it's because of the Abundant Maw. That was my gut instinct. Alright, well, opponent doesn't have a play. That's pretty sweet. I mean, they did have a play, but not like a insane one. Alright. I guess I can tolerate that. Okay. So we'll do the rats and pass. Alright, I mean, we're in pretty serious trouble if we don't draw a land. If we draw a land, we should be okay. We're going to have to 2-for-1. Or I guess we don't have to. So we'll play the Hunter and pass. I could have just played the Abundant Maw, but now I want to do it on the rats. Dusk Feaster. I guess we play Survivalist and pass. We're one land away from being able to play the Maw off the rats. Unless my opponent... I could have just flipped my Hunter there. It might have been better. In hindsight. Let's see what my opponent did with that card. Puts a card on top. So they did top something there. My opponent attacks. I think the wisest double block is the Hunter and the Survivalist. Because I'd rather play around a +2 combat trick. Like Strength of Arms or something. And I could triple block. Or, yeah, I could actually triple block because my opponent can only kill one thing. No, I guess I could kill the Foul Blood and the Survivalist without playing a combat trick. That doesn't seem very good. The problem now is if my... Well, Collective Will is a sorcery, though. I think we're going to block like this just because we have more cards in hand. Alright, I mean, that's a pretty reasonable trade. And no follow-up? Alright. So, let's... I guess get in there. And then we'll follow up with Abundant Maw. Alright. Looking pretty slick now. A land away from double certain death. Back-to-back certain deaths with the board we have looks pretty good. Granted, we're not close to that sexy delirium that we want, but alright, opponent got some value here. So let's get rid of that guy. And get in with these guys. Also a land away from Duskfeaster now too, which is sweet. Opponent's topping a lot here. What do we got? Something huge? Wretched Griff. Alright. Take care of that. Continue swinging. Alright, bottom to card. Well, Shrill Howler looks pretty good here. Oh, I guess... No, it still actually looks fine. Alright. So... Now I can just play the Duskfeaster. I think we'll do that. Work towards Delirium. I guess I could have attacked, but I don't want to trade back with Survivalist for Desperate Sentry if I don't have to. Because my deck has cards that can get Delirium. Alright, bottom to card. Okay. Oh, bummer. Well, looks like opponent's on a good track to winning now. So I guess we'll play here, and we'll do this, and then we'll pass. Could attack with Survivalist now. Nah, I think we'll still hang back. Alright, top to card there. Unfortunately, it looks like Geist of the Archives is going to win my opponent the game. If they do win. But Geist of the Archives has been just complete and utter MVP for them. I could have killed that instead of the Slayer or the Wretched Griff, but that really did not seem good. I would have basically had to give up my Survivalist for a Slayer and get in for 3 points of damage instead of 4. I mean, in retrospect, it seems better. Certainly in hindsight, but also my opponent had True Face Sensor with a human, so this would have been a 5-3. I guess that wouldn't have made a difference. Alright, so we'll block with Survivalist and Pacifist. Oh wait, that doesn't work, because 6 power. Bummer. So I have no way to just knock it 2-for-1 here? That's a bummer. Alright, we'll just take up a Jillion damage. Alright, so we'll sandbag the land and pass. Flip our Pacifist. Unfortunately, our opponent's just reaping all sorts of value now, so we just took too long. Which is unfortunate, but opponent had the right cards at the right time there. And we just can't seem to find our goodies here. I mean, we sideboarded in Spring Sage Ritual and Root Out, and we needed them. I mean, we need both of them. I wouldn't mind top decking back to back. It's too late now for Abundant Maw, so we'd probably just have to blow up the True Face Sensor, I guess. Well, now I guess I can do it. Question is, does a 6-4 even really help me? I'm not sure. So I have another Dusk Feaster. I could find a Crop Sigil and start self-milling. I could find Vessel of Nascency and self-mill. I could do Grapple with the Past and get back Dusk Feaster. So we have some like super live draws here, but we do have to draw them. Did I already take out the Grotesque Mutation? Because Mutation would have been sweet. I could just win. Yeah, we're having a real hard time getting Delirium in this game, though, oddly enough. Because it's like super late, and we haven't gotten it yet. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I took out Mutation. So now I wish I had Mutation instead of Root Out or Spring Sage Ritual. Alright, we'll trade the Butcher for the Inquisitor, I think. Actually, guess we trade the Survivalist. Because I'd rather have the extra toughness, I think. I guess it doesn't matter, does it? This can be a 6-5. Alright, we'll trade off the Butcher. Okay. Not the sexiest draw when you don't have Delirium, but hopefully we get Delirium. So now we're just one card type away. I think we'll double block like this. All right. This kind of sucks. But instant will give us... Okay, actually, for that reason... Yeah. Like, I want to... We got to blow up the True Face sensor. He's just got pure humans. So, that's going to cost me 4 mana, and then I will have Delirium because of the instant, correct? Which means I can play the Dusk Feaster. Oh, but the problem is I can't do everything I want to do. So I think we are going to wait on the Spring Sage Ritual. And we're still going to get rid of the True Face Sensor. And I'm just not going to bring back a land. Okay. All right. That's fine. Yeah, and I'd rather blow up the True Face Sensor than blow up the... Yeah. Than blow up the Choking Restraints. I think. Pretty sure. All right. We can still play the land, too. Put a card on top. Oh, that's kind of cool. All right, so let's blow up this. Oh, that gave my opponent Delirium? I see. Well, let's block here. And we can block here and take 7 and go to 8, but I keep my Accomplice. So, might actually make more sense to block like this. Because then I can keep everything back, and I take less damage. And I take 6? Okay. So we'll Crop Sigil back the Feaster. And I can bring back the land because I don't need Delirium anymore, but I don't need a land either. So we'll just keep it for Delirium. So do that. Play it. Pass. So I think we're going to lose, but I mean, we still have a possibility of winning. It seems extremely slight. My only regret is not taking care of Guides to the Archives when I had the chance. I was hoping it just didn't take the game completely over. Like, I feel like I had a window of maybe 4 or 5 turns to draw relevant spells to like just seal the deal, but Guys, the Archives essentially lets you look at basically twice as many cards. So we're at this point we definitely lose. That draw there was the essential one. We needed to like rip a Dusk Feaster, and even then I think we still lost. But like I said, my only regret not dealing with the Guys to the Archives. And like I said, the only reason I didn't is I didn't even want to offer my opponent the opportunity to trade with my guys. But good match. Wish we could have gotten there. So I guess I'll just do it. If I'd left the Grotesque Mutation in, that seriously would have been just a way to win out of nowhere with our flipped or unflipped Shrill Howler. Alright, we'll just concede. Ugh, I guess. Just wasting time here. I just don't want to concede for some reason. I guess I could have theoretically decked my opponent. Nah, it seems unlikely. We were just on a fast track to losing because card quality got too good. Too good, too fast. So you know what I regret? I know what I regret. Hopefully I'll learn my lesson for the future. We'll see. We'll see you in round 3, my friends.